It's Marlon. Marlon Gaming. Oh, yeah, you know we got the shooters. Oh, yeah, somebody got to do this. Oh, yeah, you know we got the shooters. Oh, yeah, you know I got to do this. You got this man named Sig with his cigarettes. Talk to the youngster like I'm pulling cereal from my fridge. I eat big when I go and collect my super chats. I pray to God that I'm gonna get my hungry man. Cause then I'm hungry, man. Chilling with the Hunger Games. You people wanna hate all MarlonGamingNation. Matter of fact, back up, cause I'm counting cash. All you people really don't know and understand. I make my money when I go and get my super chats. Make sure you know you don't refund it back. Cause I'm a type of dude, I don't play that mess. I'm gonna slam my head and break my table, kids. Cause you people really think, but you is a hot mess. And I pray for you to send me more cash. I don't know what I'm gonna do with that. All I know, I'm gonna sit there filling my fridge. A box, 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 a box. A box, a box, a box.
Nothing. We ain't seen no gameplay footage. We don't even have an idea of what's taking so doggone long. And then when they finally pull the lid off the top of the bucket, it's like, oh shoot, what is that? You know what I'm saying? Like, what the heck is that garbage? You know what I'm saying? You know, like, so sometimes, man.
Look at that, man. You see, you got these ponies out here crying about these lousy games, man. Hey, man, this manifested, man, throughout the whole generation of you guys saying Xbox got no games, and look what ended up happening. Hey, yo, these ponies cursed themselves.
Just have to.
Hey, at least they can make themselves feel a little happier by playing some of the Xbox games coming over. You know, the coping that you guys have to do this whole generation is hilarious.
A bow, bro. You gotta just bow out of certain things, man. It's okay to accept defeat. It's okay to retreat. Sometimes you just have to do that and come back again and see what you got going on. And
retreat. It's like, Operation Trojan Horse has been completed. I told y'all this, man. They have invaded. Microsoft has invaded the ecosystem of PlayStation Network. Now their games are trending more than yours. I've told you. Y'all remember I said this like 2 years ago. I'm like, watch. Matter of fact, there's a few other people that said the same thing. That Microsoft is going to set themselves up for a position where they cannot lose. No matter what you guys say, oh, they're not going to have no hardware. Regardless of all that, PlayStation will truly lose the identity of what the company once stood for. Because look at it. You guys don't even care about the games they're coming out with nowadays.
I just feel like it's so freaking sad in today's time. We see these corporations time and time and time again making the same mistakes over and over and over again. You don't listen. That's your problem. You don't freaking listen. And you wonder why people behave the way how they behave.
I mean, the problem is the fact that regardless if you guys want PlayStation to make single-player games, there's just not enough money to be made because you got to think about it. With the budgets that have ballooned during last generation, right? Some of these games were like $200, $300 million to make. There's just not that many of you guys for them to compensate for these type of budgets. That's why PlayStation has been settling down on a lot of AA titles. They can't afford to do AAA games anymore. I mean, Nintendo don't even do AAA. They do AA. They walk out. They make AA games and walk out with AAA money. That's what Nintendo does. That's their whole philosophy. Make low-budget games and walk out with as much money as a Call of Duty game. That's kind of the philosophy that Nintendo's been working. But if Nintendo was making AAA games in the same fashion that some Sony does sometimes in Xbox, Nintendo would not be in a good position either. That's the reason why. Like, you ever heard of the rabbit and the turtle? So essentially, Nintendo's the turtle. You know, they know where things are leading to, but they're taking their sweet time. And the way Nintendo's seeing it, that they're going to win. You know, the rabbit, which is PlayStation, is doing everything fast. And then at one point, they get halted. They just can't move anymore. And then the turtle just further passes it. That's what's going on here. You know what I'm saying? That is probably the best analogy that I can come with. PlayStation is the rabbit, but yet the turtle is going to be the one winning the race.
Wonder why? You wonder why certain people don't support certain games. That's for the same reason, because it's like, bro, we're getting way too many of these same kind of games, these same type of games that we've already played before.
Well, that's what these people want. Now, mind you, yes, I mean, they don't want it from PlayStation, but these are the type of games they're trying to appeal to a new audience, which also shows you that they don't care about you. Because they know there's a bunch of gamers like yourself that want these single-player games and yada yada. But at the end of the day, they're chasing that money. That's where the money's at. Regardless of PlayStation fails 10, 20 times, they're looking for that lightning in a bottle. Similar to what happened with Helldivers 2. Because that to PlayStation is worth more than all these failed single-player games that they've been working on.
So check this out. Hit the like button. Now, here, something is wrong with you. Right? Clearly something is wrong because you're not hearing. And the crazy part about it...
I think you fanboys are not seeing the writing on the wall. Okay? There's just not enough of you guys to support the industry. You got to remember, games, the budgets of games, I mean, it started a long time ago, but I knew that this would be a problem going forward within the industry because, yeah, selling 1 to 2 million back then was okay because the budgets of those games during PS1 and 2 were lower, right? These games they're putting $200, $300 million into a lot of these games. And then you guys ask yourself, well, then just make good games. It doesn't matter about the hardware. Then what would be the point of buying a PlayStation 6? What would be a point of upgrading your PC? You just literally bodied your own argument. Oh, that is true games. Then they should just make games for PS5 for another 10, 15, 20 years at that point. Because apparently having new hardware doesn't matter if you're going to just want to play low. I'm not downplaying the games. I'm just saying, if you want to play low demanding games, well then just stick with the PS5 and just have them work with games on that for the next 10, 15 years. If it's all about good quality games and not pushing the envelope anymore. You see what I'm saying? You see how that logic does not make sense? People buy next generation, well, at one point, bought next generation platforms to see the evolution of gaming. And we're not seeing that anymore. We're just not. Everything is just more of a performance and resolution boost.
You are not learning anything from your mistakes. You keep making the same mistake over and over and over and over and over again. So it's like, what are we doing here?
And they're going to keep doing it.
We're going into a whole new generation. We're going to go into a whole new generation.
And trust me, it won't be new because all you're going to be doing is playing PS5 games on the PlayStation 6. These companies are already fully aware about what they want to do with their next hardware. I mean, look no further than Nintendo Switch 1 to Switch 2. Nintendo's doing the same thing. Yeah, they threw out a few exclusives to entice you to buy the Switch 2, and they're like, no. And then the rest of the games are going to be Switch 1 versions with Switch 2 editions. Have you noticed that? They played y'all. They put Mario Kart World, they dangle that, and then they say, oh, put a next gen, which is crazy because Donkey Kong Bonanza was originally supposed to be for the Switch 1, and then it's crazy, bro. All you guys are playing is low demanding games. There's no justifiable reason as to why we even own these consoles in the first. It's so sad, bro. It's really ridiculous,
right? With stuff like this, garbage like this.
While saying this with a Helldivers like t-shirt.
This. Bro, for a new audience, right? Failed.
Yeah, when they mean by new audience, they mean the new audience of gamers, which also means that it's not applying to the people that have been playing games previously before. That's why I told you, dinosaurs. Gaming is no longer catering to you no more. I don't know why you guys are so fixated in thinking that the market is dictated by y'all. It's not. They're trying to go after those gamers, regardless if you want to see that or not. You keep complaining, I don't know why Sony keep working on these games. What new audience are they talking? They're talking about the audience of gamers that play Fortnite, these type of gamers that are around, which also means that they're not catering to you. So when you keep complaining about why they keep doing that, because your voice is not heard. That's why. Out of all the millions of people that are playing all these Fortnites, that's who they're going after, and they're willing to fail as many times just so they can get that lightning in a bottle game like they did with Helldivers 2.
You could say Concord was for the casuals, right? The games that people actually want to play got canceled. I don't even know if you guys are realizing. Oh no,
I really don't think that. I don't think that. It's not that people wouldn't have played them. The problem is that there's just not enough people like you to play these games. I know that can be very hard for you guys to comprehend. Oh, but this game sold 1 million. That's still an audience. But if the game had a budget of $300, $400 million, why would they continue? You got to understand, with the cost of the budget is very important. Because you know why? Because, oh, but back then 1 million was enough. 1 million back then, the games didn't cost that much. What do you guys don't understand? You guys talk about next gen. That's why I told you the hardware doesn't matter. Because at the end of the day, regardless of what hardware sales that you guys are talking about, these companies do not want to make games that invest 200, 3, 4, 5, whatever how much money into these video games if there's just not enough people to buy it. Well, I would buy it. Well, you don't. Well, they need maybe 5 million more people like you to do that. And if they can't have that, well, then guess what? The games are going to get canceled.
Let's go ahead here and let's do Hunter's Gathering. Let's go ahead and do that. And that's going to be another game that
PS5 exclusive, baby.
Chances are is not going to do well.
It's not. This just goes to show you that Sony don't know what they're doing, man. And you guys keep saying Microsoft's in trouble. Microsoft is in the red. It seems like PlayStation, if it wasn't for third party, y'all wouldn't even have a console at this point. I'm just keeping it 100.
Right? It's like they made such a big deal. Oh, we learned from our mistakes with Concord. We're not going to make that mistake again. And here we are again. So you tell me, you calling this complaining? Oh, you're just complaining. That's all you get out of this whole thing is, oh, you're just complaining. Yeah, it's simple. Just don't buy it. Just don't play it. But the annoyance of this is, it's like these live service games, these co-op games that Sony is out here doing, the majority of people are not liking.
Well, not even that. They've already locked into the system, and that's the problem already. I mean, most of the people that are playing these live services and subscription games, they play those games entirely. Like, you're not going to see a person go from one MMORPG to another. Like, once they decide to settle on the one that they prefer out of all the others, they're going to stay locked into that ecosystem, and they're not going to go anywhere. Microsoft knows that. That's why they're building up this whole Game Pass, Xbox Play Anywhere strategy. I mean, new ponies, like I said, man. I mean, at this point, and I've told you guys, PlayStation 5 ain't nothing but an Xbox Series P. It's an Xbox where you wait for games to come for it from Microsoft. You play the same games that they play. I mean, at this point, PlayStation has no identity. You guys don't. Even with Xbox games coming to your platform, you have no identity. That's why you guys hold on to these savory moments of, oh, we're winning because we're playing an old Halo from 25 years ago. We're winning because we're playing Xbox games, even though you said these same Xbox games was trash on Xbox. But I digress. This is the future of gaming. If you dinosaurs cannot wake up and understand that you are not the target demographic for a lot of these games being made, then at this point, you're just lost. But like I said, hopefully you guys enjoy this video, man. Like I said, we'll see how the next state of play is going to be, because we already know it's going to be another crap show like always. Take care, guys. Peace out.